Welcome to the Talkin VAWLS Network. My name is Boogie Bentley. You guys probably already seen it on Twitter by now, but this is breaking. Three-star defensive back Sidney Walton just announced his commitment to the University of Tennessee. Now he commits to the Vols over Ole Miss, Arkansas, Georgia Tech, and Texas A&M. Becomes the 8th commit in this class of 2025 for Josh Heupel, a class that I think is crucial. I think if Tennessee is going to take the next step, I think they've got to pull in top 5, definitely top 10 class in this class of 2025. So I know there are going to be some comments about three-star U, but one thing is for certain, this coaching staff in the secondary particularly, they are looking for length, and Sidney Walton fits that mold. And we'll go through his scouting report. We'll watch a little bit of tape. We'll look at his profile, all that good stuff. He becomes the 3rd defensive back in this class, along with Dylan Lewis and Tyler Redmond. Now, if you guys remember earlier in the week, Austin Price over at VolQuest was given a number. He said over or under 1.5 commits in the month of April for Tennessee. He took the over. So Sidney Walton is now in the boat. We're looking for one more commit before we wrap up April, if not 2 or 3. How many guys are going to jump in the boat in April? It's going to be a busy few months as we move into recruiting. June and July, always very busy. But who do you guys think the next one to pull the trigger is? Put it in the comment section below. We're going to talk a little bit about Sidney Walton. Like I said, we're going to look at his tape. We're going to look at his film. We're going to look at his profile, scouting report, all that good stuff. And I'll let you guys judge for yourselves if this is a good pickup for Tennessee. Before we do that, I need you to do me a favor. The YouTube stuff. Smash the thumbs up just below the video. Quick, free, easy helps the channel. I would greatly appreciate it. Also, if you're new to the Talkin VAWLS Network, welcome. We're not experts here. We're not insiders. We don't break news. We talk about news. This channel is for the fans, by the fans. We react to the news. We react to the rumors. That's what it's all about. So if you like what we do, make sure you subscribe. Click the bell for notifications. You're not going to miss out when we go live or when we drop a video. Man, we had a fun one last night. Jamal Wallace, Tennessee defensive lineman, JUCO prospect, going to be moving in town over the summer. He was hanging out with us last night. Also Sunday night, we had 4-star offensive tackle Jalen Matthews in the house, talking all about Tennessee, who he would want to play for if he commits to the University of Tennessee. That was on Sunday night. Go back, give it a watch. Always a good time, man, talking to guys like that on this channel. But let's jump into it. Let's talk about Sidney Walton. Again, a 3-star corner. Actually listed as a safety at On3, but he's a guy that Tim Banks has said, we're going to play you anywhere in the secondary, whether that be safety, star, corner, 6'2", 185. Again, the length. They're looking for a particular body type in the secondary. So when people want to say, oh, 3-star U, he's not good enough. We only need 4 stars and 5 stars. And look, in the grand scheme of things, you're right. I mean, you're going to have more odds of success if you're landing 5 stars than you are 3 stars. But you got to trust the evaluation process, trust what this coaching staff is doing. They're looking to add length, and that's something that Sidney Walton has, 6'2", 185, again, out of Alabama. Top 500 player, ranked 423rd nationally, listed as the 34th best safety in the country. Let's go take a look. I'll pull up his highlights, let you guys take a look at him, and then we'll go through the scouting report as well. But you guys can let me know what you think of his game out there at that corner position in that clip right there. But he was just in town earlier this month. Something I like, the quote that he gave to On3 when he got to take in a practice, says it was a very competitive. I got a very competitive vibe from it. It was 50-50 and not just one side dominating the other. It was very physical, and I enjoyed seeing the competition of it. I really focused on all the DBs. That is mainly because of the fact that I can be a corner, a nickel, or a safety. I was eyeing everyone to see how they were doing their job. Now, if you watched the live stream last night with Jamal Wallace, he was in town taking a visit for the orange and white game. He had the same type of response. He said he loved the competitive atmosphere, loved the competitive drive on both sides of the ball. And he's like, man, I would have concerns if I was looking out there and the offense was just dominating the defense, or the defense was just dominating the offense. But he said it was competitive, and that shows that Tennessee has a good football team. So it's interesting to hear that from Tennessee's latest commit, Sidney Walton, as well. Now, as far as the scouting report, this is from Cooper Patagna over at 247 Sports, verified at 6'1", 185 plus in February of 2024, possesses growth potential to add additional weight to his frame, as evidenced by his 6'5" wingspan. 6'5" wingspan. Again, they're looking for length. 6'5" wingspan. Make note of that. Displays above average athleticism, primarily positioned at the corner spot, showing the ability to utilize his length and physicality to his advantage in press coverage. That's something we talked about last night during the fan call-in portion of the show. Physicality at the corner position, knocking guys off their routes. Going back to the Georgia game, that's something that Coach Jay was preaching going into that game. You got to be physical with Brock Bowers. You got to knock him off of his route, and we didn't have a lot of success with that. So again, length from Sidney Walton, physicality in press coverage. I like that. Moves well in short areas for his size, demonstrating the ability to get in and out of breaks efficiently with very little wasted movement. Lack of suddenness and recovery speed on the perimeter suggests he will ultimately transition to a nickel safety role at the next level, where his traits are best suited matching up with tight ends and bigger-bodied receivers closer to the line of scrimmage. Possesses the physical clay to develop into a contributor and eventual starter at a Power 4 program, in addition to providing depth and special teams value by year 2. So again, that's the scouting report over at 247 Sports on Sidney Walton as you watch the highlights play there. Again, he becomes the 8th commit in the class of 2025 for Josh Heupel, currently sitting at 14th according to the On3 industry rankings. And I get it, 14th ain't going to cut it, and I'm on board with this. I think you got to have a top 10. We're looking for a top 5. I think 2024 is the year for Tennessee. I've said it over and over and over. You've got your guys in place. You've got your upperclassmen. You got your quarterback. You've got super seniors all coming back on that offensive line. You upgraded Lance Hurd. We got some questions in a few spots, whether that's left guard. I've been talking a lot about the running backs the last week. I got a video coming later today about a couple of transfer portal targets that Tennessee may be kicking the tires with. We'll be talking about that a little bit later today. But you look at this football team, I think the defense takes a step. I think the offense goes back to 2022, and you've got to capitalize on that off the field. When we talk about recruiting, it's all fun and games when it's, we're making top 5 lists, we're making top 3 lists. We were there, we were in it, we were deep in it, we were the leader at one point, and then somebody comes in the night, Williams Nwaneri goes elsewhere. I could just run down the list of guys that Tennessee, Carnell Tate, deep in it, taking that visit one-on-one with Josh Heupel. I think this coaching staff, I think it's fair to say they have to close in 2025. When you look at some of these elite wide receivers that Tennessee's recruiting, guys like Jamie French, guys like Cunningham, all the talent that Tennessee is deep in it with, you've got to close. The same on the offensive line. You got to close on Jalen Matthews. You got to close on David Sanders. You got to close on Josh Petty. Those elite-level guys are what takes you from a top 15 class to where Tennessee needs to be in the top 10 or the top 5. But that's going to do it for this one. Sidney Walton is in the boat, 3-star defensive back. Jump into the comment section. Let me know your thoughts. As always, do me a favor and smash that thumbs up on the way out the door. Go check out the official Talkin VAWLS merchandise. You can go to bonfire.com/store/Talkin VAWLS. Any and all support greatly appreciated. As always, thank you to the members of the channel. Could not do this without you, so we appreciate your support. You like the videos, the content, the live stream, think about hitting that join button down below. It's right beside subscribe. Click that join button. You can join the channel for just $1 a month and support what we are building around here. But we appreciate it. That is going to do it for this one. Be looking for a video coming a little bit later today on the transfer portal. But my name is Boogie Bentley. This is the Talkin VAWLS Network. Go Big Orange.